All right, what's up YouTube? So today we're working on this here truck. We got this video is going to kind of be about this thing and another thing I made. So I 3D printed this, and it basically is just like a little console that holds the radio here. It holds the other radio back behind where you can't see. And then it has two wireless phone chargers here, so that will charge your phone. I still need to do a little bit of adjustment on it. What I did is I printed this part out of PLA, and it hasn't warped yet, so if it does warp then I'll reprint it out of ABS. I just have these this I got off of Amazon. It says UTech. It's just like a round wireless charger, and then I 3D printed this thing out of TPU, so it's kind of rubbery, the insert. So basically the idea here is that I can adjust the insert without having to 3D print the whole entire thing again, which is going to be useful because the Max phones don't fit. When I sized this, I used a phone case that I thought was for a Max, but it turns out it was for like a 7 or something. So the bigger phones won't fit unless you take their case off. So this one's gonna have to get a new insert, but all I have to do is just take off the top. So this one doesn't have its charger in it yet anyways, but I'm just gonna delete this part and it will fit. So I could also, you know, adjust it more, but I got a Phoenix on here, and then I have a voltmeter, and in here I have USBs. This is just the Nylite 4 gang with USBs, so we can charge whatever on that. And then I have these switches are for different things. This is for an air compressor. This one is actually for my AC compressor because I don't think this thing works anymore, right? So I just fixed it myself instead. This thing's like 200 bucks. Instead of buying one of these and hoping, I just did that. And then this one is for the transmission cooler, because I put another transmission cooler on here. I spent a lot of money on this transmission, so and they recommended to, when I got it rebuilt, to do that. So, and this one's for nothing right now, but I think I'm gonna hook it up to lights. Anyways, today what we're doing though is, what happened is I built this thing, and I used to have these hanging right here on the little, it came with two empty switch spots here, and I just screwed the thing in and it hung right here, which was good. But then when I did this, that wasn't going to work anymore, so I put the radios down here, the microphones here and here. And so what I'm going to do today is, then we had this Onstar thing here. It has the Onstar buttons and two blank things with holes in them now, and my kid was like, well, that's ugly. So I'm like, yeah, well, it is. I guess we could like 3D print a pocket. And so that's what I did. I'll put the link in the description of I live streamed designing this, which is like 4 or 5 live streams, and then I live streamed this on my other YouTube channel. It's called 75 of 75 right now. Anyway, so I 3D printed this pocket here that I can just shove into here like this, and hopefully this will kind of work. But I can, like, you know, maybe put my sunglasses in there or something. I think that will fit those pretty well. They pretty much just fit perfectly in there, and then that sort of frees this up for whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be today's video. So I'm gonna try to film me putting this dash bezel back on and see how this works. Now, if you go watch the stream of me catting this, the original one had these sort of plastic things coming out the bottom as well as the top, and it goes into these. And then it also obviously has clips to positively hold it in there. And what I'm probably gonna do is, if this works well, I might print another one with the bottom clips, because it is a little bit sort of, it moves around in there a little bit. But what I might do is CAD in the, like, some sort of round things, or maybe even just like print out a TPU something to go in here to take up the space so that it doesn't like all rattling around like that. I'm gonna use it for a day or two and see how it goes. What I'm thinking might happen is this bezel is gonna clip into here, and I'm thinking it might just hold it in. Like it might just push against it and cause it to stay in there. But if I get a lot of rattle and stuff like that, then I'll definitely adjust from there. Yeah, that should work. Because this is a two-hand job here, I gotta do key on, put on the brake, put it into first gear, and then put this all the way down. Turn off your copyrighted metal music. And then also this is gonna have to come and stay in here. We want that to end up somewhere like that, so that it just plops out there. Although I don't know that I really need that thing anymore, now that I have the bottom one. And now you just kind of carefully, without breaking your hazard switch. Don't ask me how I know that. Put this back in. Okay, so now just kind of push it until it's all in place everywhere. Clip it in. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna work. It's gonna rattle, move around. Okay, so I'm going to have to fix that a lot better. So I'm gonna have to CAD in the bottom ones, and then I'm gonna have to CAD in the bottom ones, and I'm gonna have to make it actually. I was hoping that this would just like push on it, but it doesn't. It's not in there enough. It's just like rattling around right now. And then the other thing too is that it would be nice if it was like a little taller, the box area. I don't know how much more room I have, but the other thing I could do, I guess, right now is like shove something in those holes so that it pushes this out a little, and then this will push against it. Let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, it is hot out here today. I'm gonna try taping these up. I'll pause you for a second. Okay, I did three layers of tape just around each one. That seemed to. I'm putting tape on the bottom too, to kind of like. Thinking like if I could get it to stop on the bottom. I mean, honestly, that's not bad. Not sure that that's really gonna matter like that. Let's see how it goes here. Throw this thing back in. Okay, so it's staying put now. But I feel like it could come out a little bit more, maybe like that. So maybe I could adjust, the mounts. At least it's not flopping around anymore. I throw my sunglasses in there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll print another one anyways, but for now I'll just use it and see how it goes with the duct tape mod. But there it is. So I guess that's gonna be today's video. I'll go edit this and upload it, and if you found this helpful or useful, let me know. And then one thing too to note is if you are 3D printing in PLA, there's a good possibility it will warp in the sun. Now this has been in here for probably a week, maybe more, and I haven't noticed it warp at all. And I think there's some tricks to it not warping. So the first thing is do 100% in infill, if that makes any sense at all. So, and then the second thing is if the thicker it is, the less likely it's gonna warp. So, and then the third thing is, which I haven't proved yet, but I spray painted this, and I'm not sure if that's doing something or not. But I have another print that is outside in the sun all the time, and it's not warped at all. And I did those 3 things to it. I spray painted it, I printed it thick, and 100% infill. So anyways, if you like the video, do all the things, and you know, 3D print your own stuff. Why buy? Look, this is way better than Onstar buttons. Onstar buttons don't do anything anyways. I mean, I don't know if they even work anymore. Now I got a pocket for my shades. Or you could, you know, you could make that whatever. Like, we could make it another switch panel or whatever, but yeah. Alright, well, stay cold.